I'd like you to design an API that allows you to search inside a folder. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another mock interview with Exponent. Today, we're here with Vikash. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, definitely. So first of all, thank you, Neema, for inviting me. So hi, everyone. I am Vikash. I have a total of 7 years of experience. I have been with Amazon for about 5 years, worked for Amazon India, and then recently moved to Amazon US. Um, so I have worked with a lot of numerous teams within Amazon, retail, non-retail, and currently I'm part of a team called SDEX, a delivery experience. So this team currently it powers the delivery promise that customer sees on Amazon search pages, product detail pages, retail checkout, right? So delivery promise is something that you see, right? Get it by today, get it by tomorrow, free delivery in 1 hour. So those we call it as delivery promise to customers, and that's what my team powers. So you can assume that in peak we deal with TPS of about millions.
Wow.
So um, yeah, and my interest's been mostly into technical, anything related to tech. You'll find me interested there. Mostly right now, I'm trying to get into the crypto space, blockchain, because it's there's a lot of things going around there. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's my that's my
nice.
current interest.
Your current work at Amazon sounds really interesting, especially given that the delivery promise is probably the most important part of my checkout process. It's,
Yeah,
yeah, wait eagerly by the door for those packages when they arrive on Thursday evening or whenever it is. Um,
yeah.
so let's get started. We're going to do a software engineering mock interview today. And my question to you is, I'd like you to design an API that allows you to search inside a folder.
All right. So what so what kind of use cases are we talking about for this API?
Good question.
Uh,
Let's say you're looking for a specific type of folder, whether it's by the date that you last opened it or modified it, or maybe the size of the folder, the name of it, or the file rather, the name of it. Think of basically all the functionality that, are you a Mac user or a Windows user?
Mac.
Your Mac. Okay.
Yeah,
So think of all the functionality that, say, Finder offers you when you're looking for something specific in your system.
got
The
it.
ability to search something, especially if you're searching using terminal. So something like the Unix find command is an example
Oh,
of the functionality that
okay.
we're looking for. Yeah.
I see. Okay. So let's say say our API name is search file. So I'm hoping that it would take a directory and some kind of search criteria. Uh, criteria. Okay, so let's say search rules, right? This is the basically the API definition, right? And for simplicity, let's just start with use cases like search by file name, search by size, and then we'll
Hmm.
see how we can extend this particular API to support more use cases like you talked about, right? Search by
Yeah.
time, search by last modified, things like that. Okay. Um, so the first thing that's coming to my mind is that if you look at the two use cases that we're working with, um, they're essentially doing, well, doing different things, but their definition should be similar,
Mm.
right? Say, let's say if we want to have another use case, search by extension, for example, right? Um, we want it to be, the definition of that particular use case or method should be similar to the ones these will have.
Mm.
So I'm thinking we could probably create an interface for a filter, and these particular use cases should probably implement that particular interface, right?
Okay.
So what I am trying to say is that let's say if I have interface as filter, and then it's gonna have a method, say match, and takes a file, say f, right?
Hmm.
Okay, it's this for now. So now for first use case, let's say search by file name. We can have a class, say name filter that's gonna implement the filter, right? And then you can just override this method. Okay, so I'm gonna need a way to so this file name would basically store the name that we are searching for in the folder, right? And then what we just want to do here is say return okay, get name dot equals file name. Probably have constructor.
I don't remember if it's implement or implements.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Is that what it is? Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
it's implements.
I haven't forgotten.
It implements. So yeah. All right. So can I assume, for instance, that I would only get one particular folder to search in and not multiple?
Yeah, let's assume that for now.
All right. So I guess this particular interface that we have created a filter and then we've implemented a name filter should work fine.
Hmm.
I guess similarly, we could have another filter for size. Let's say size filter, and say let's say for instance, I'm going to keep it simple. Size. So I know we can implement other operations like greater than equal to other things, but for this particular thing, I'm just keeping it simple and say we just want to search for
Specific
size.
size.
Yeah, that exactly matches.
Yeah, that's fine for now.
And then we just want to return f dot get size. Okay, nice. Not sure the file interface, it has a size method. Okay, let's say it has a size method. So yeah, so this would be our the classes that we're gonna have in our APIs, right?
Hmm.
And then coming on to the main method, so what we're gonna do here is implement a method, right? say public static list file, say search files. That's gonna take a directory name and filter, right? So this would be either you provided a name filter or a size filter, and it's gonna search.
Yeah.
Now what we want to do is, so first of all, this is a directory. We need to get a list of files inside the directory recursively. Right, so what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna create another method to get those files. Get all files, let's say in directory, it's gonna just take a directory. And then what we can probably do is list file, say all files, create a new linked list, and then say I know there exists so files dot walk. Oh yeah, and then we can do paths dot get directory. Okay, and can provide some arbitrary long number so that it's gonna yeah. No, is it just path? It's definitely path. So what you're trying to do is that I didn't want to write the recursive method, so I'm just using files.walk to traverse the folder recursively and give me the list of files. So I think it returns a stream. So let's see, stream of path, I think. It fix this as later, and then so path stream dot for each. What we want to do is that all files start add path. Can create this, convert this into a new file. Dot get name. It's toString. String cannot be resolved. Let's import. Import. All right. So so it's okay. We have some errors. All right, I see. Through the exception. So this particular method, it's gonna recursively walk a given directory, and it would only give me the files, right? As we are only interested in searching for files and not folders. Then here, what we can do is can get files to search from this method. Give it the directory, right? And okay, now what we want to do is let's create another one. List file, let's say matched files. So this list would hold the entries which are matching our filter criteria, right?
Okay.
Now I just want to, what you want to do is that for file in files to search, say now if you like remember, I've created a match method inside this filter interface, so I just need to do filter.match if this is matching the file that we're announcing. We just add it to match files dot add this file,
Hmm.
and then we just return. Let's see. Okay. And inside this main method, what we can do is syntax error. Okay. So now anyone who's trying to call this particular API, they would need to provide a filter criteria first, right? So let's say our filter criteria is search by name. So they can just create the search by name filter criteria, which is name filter. So let's say I do a new name filter. Right, let's say I wanted to search for abc.text. And then just, let's do print system.out.println search files with this search some directory, and I'm just going to provide this filter by search by name filter criteria.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
asked me, I guess, yeah, let's keep going with testing this code, and then I'll ask you the question that was on my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. So to test this out, we can probably use this one. I think CoderPad has something here. So let's use this data folder as directory, and we wanted to search for the c.log. Right. So ideally it should print c.log if things are working fine. For time being, let's just comment out this size filter because I'm not sure
Okay.
of the get size method. I guess a bit rusty there. So I believe this should work. So let's see. Okay. Okay. Yeah. C.log. See, it's being printed here. So that's the file we were searching for. So let's say if I search for a.log, something like that, since it does not exist, so it should not print anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah. So, and of course we can have similar search by filter. We can just create a size filter and then just pass it to this particular
Yeah.
method and it should take care of it.
So you had asked before, does this need to just search one directory, or does it maybe receive multiple directories that it has to go through as well? How would
Yeah,
you extend this particular API to allow you to do the latter?
I see. So say we wanted to provide probably a list of directories, okay, I can modify this. Say it becomes something like this, right? So I guess our filter interface, since it's only dealing with a particular file, it wouldn't change at all. The only thing that we would need to change is either we can, you know, go over each directly separately, or we can pull all the files from all the directories and
Mhm.
then just iterate over all the files to see which all matches with our filter criteria and then return those.
Got it. Okay. How would you choose to display the results from that?
Um, Ideally, I would want it to, well, that depends on um, what's the, how do we want this particular API to return the results,
Hmm.
right? Um, so it can either, return the whole folder path.
Hmm.
Say, for example, if you look at the example here, right? So right now, if you see it only prints c.log,
Mm.
right? But you could probably print the whole thing, right? So let's say if you have something like data one,
Yeah,
data two.
got it. Okay. Yeah, that
So
makes
yeah, we
sense.
can probably print the whole thing instead of just
Okay,
printing the file name.
cool. I think that makes sense. Say now that we want to support operations like or and. How would you extend the API to be able to do that?
Got it. Okay. So what you're saying is that I could have conditions like search by name and search by size, right?
Yes.
Or we can probably add something like search by extension, let's say. So okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess what we can do is, so we can probably create another filter, let's say, and let's first try to deal with this hand filter. Okay. This is also going to implement the filter because that's why we created this interface in the first place. And again, override has to override this public boolean match file. Okay. So to do this, and we need to have a list of filters um, through which this particular AND filter should go through, right? So let's say I have list of filters that it should go through. Then let's add filter, can provide multiple filters. Let's start filters. I think it's restored as list. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is that whenever someone would invoke AND filters, of course, AND filter could not just work on its own. It needs a set of filters through which it'll run, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so they would provide me a list of filters, and I'm gonna store them into this, um, you know, uh, filters variable.
Mm-hmm.
And in my match, what I can do is I can just go over all the filters. So filter, say filter and filters, because I would, so um, let's say if I call with a particular file A, right? Now that file will only be matched by this AND filter if it matches all the filters that it has,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So let's say if filter dot match this file. Okay, let's say if it doesn't match, then we're gonna return false, because if any of the filters doesn't match, then there's no point in continuing.
Yep.
Otherwise, I'm just gonna return true. What's this?
Okay.
Okay. Um, yeah, so I think One second. Okay, let's see. Yeah. So this would be our and filter class. Now, how I could invoke is that, say, yeah, in this particular example, I could create a filter, say, and filter, new and filter, and then I can just provide, search by name filter. I could have another one, say, search by name filter, say, typing one. I can just give it like this, and provide the actual search file, the and filter. Okay, so we changed it here. So let me just revert this back. Okay, it's a directory. Let's give it this one. Yeah, right. So, yeah, and I believe so. In this particular case, we have provided two interfaces, so two filters basically. Search by name, which is going to search for a.log, and search by name one, which is going to search for c.log. Now,
Okay.
in this particular folder, we don't have a.log, so this shouldn't return anything,
Okay.
right? Yeah, it didn't return anything. But let's say I just change this C to A, sorry, A to C, right? So both the filters are same. So it's like, so now it should return c.log. Yeah. Or what I can do is that, just to do this, instead of, like, would it be fine if instead of size, I implement an extension filter just to show that this is
Yeah.
working perfectly?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's just do that. I'll just copy this. Say extension filter, extension. Match file, and then we just, what you want to return is extension equals file dot get name dot split with dot, and we can take the first part. So what I'm just trying to do is that from the file name, I'm just trying to extract out the extension.
Yep.
Let's see. For the timing, I'll just print out what this, if this logic is correct or not, to see if I'm missing anything. All right, so now instead of this name filter, let's say search by extension. Extension filter, and we want to search is the log extension. Okay, so let's try this out and see if this works. Okay. Index out of bound. One second, let me just debug this part a little bit. True for now. Just want to see what the split is doing. Hmm. Okay. Looks like the split.
So I think I get the sense for what you're doing. My final question to you would be this and filter.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, are you applying the and condition to like each file must fulfill these criteria, these filters that you're specifying in the list of and filters? Or yeah, is that what the intention
Yeah.
was? Is it
Yeah.
okay?
Because that's what we want, right? Because let's say we say
Yes.
that
Yes.
search by file name and size, then the file that this particular API should return should match both the conditions.
Yes,
Um,
that's right.
yeah. So in this case, if you look at the and filter match method, if any of the filter criteria does not match, we do not want to continue further. We just want to return that this particular
That's right.
file will not match.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess in this situation where you have name filter and you have an extension filter, your name filter kind of already takes in the extension as well. So
Yeah.
maybe that might be a little bit redundant, but yes, I could see how this would work for other
Yeah.
filters that you set like size, etc.
Mhm.
Okay, I think this is a good place for us to stop. I have a good sense for where this is going, and I think your debugging is going to be fine as soon as you figure out just, yeah, what that one method is
Yeah. Yeah.
returning. How do you feel? How do you think this went?
Um, this was good actually. Yeah, this particular question that you gave me was really good. Had some sort of um, design patterns involved. Wouldn't say design pattern, but how would you think about writing code that's extendable for future use cases,
Hmm.
right? And yeah, like I had fun. I had fun doing this question. It was
Yeah,
good.
I'm glad. I think you're right that in questions like these, considering how to make it flexible and easy for
Yeah,
future engineers to be able to extend is extremely important. And I would argue that looking for skills like these is more important than looking for, I don't know, whether you can implement a recursive search or a binary tree search or something like that. Just because this is the kind of stuff that you're doing on the job every day.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, very rare. I've never seen a binary tree in ever in my software engineering career. So
Me neither.
that's never something I've had to implement. Um, yeah, so I will say I really appreciated that you started off the question by asking what the use cases were, because in the relationship between, engineering and product and design, it's really important and very valuable actually to have
True,
people in each of these roles who can empathize with the others and know that there's a bigger picture that we're trying to serve. It's not just writing code for the sake of writing code. There's a purpose that
exactly.
we're writing code. And the more that you question that purpose, the easier it is for the PM and everyone else to kind of stay on track and remind themselves that, yeah, there's a goal over here, and this engineer knows exactly what that goal is and is in tune with that
Yeah,
goal. So you'll raise issues as necessary if you think that they go against the common goal for the team. Um,
exactly.
yeah, so I really appreciated that.
I mean,
In general,
to,
yeah, sorry.
yeah. To add to that, I mean, it makes sense also because once you know the whole picture of all the use cases that probably going to support, I
Yeah,
guess you would be in a better position to figure out, have a mental model of how you want to design your code, right? Um,
exactly.
so
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I guess it's important that you understand what's the scope of your problem is before you
Yeah,
actually write code.
absolutely. And that's why the question of, do you want to search one directory? Do you want to search multiple directories? In a coding interview, sure, like I'll probably give you that guidance immediately, but your response to that was very telling in that, again, you would probably ask, well, you would probably say that depends on what the use case is over here. But yes, we can implement this. It's doable. And you showed
Yeah,
me verbally, at least, how it was doable.
yeah,
Um, So yeah, I think overall this was a pretty good indication of your coding abilities. I always feel like when you run into, oh, I'm not really sure what the method is for this and that. Sure, for the end of the interview to be able to run things, it's really great. But honestly, like if I get the sense that this is something you could easily Google on the job and get the answer to, it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
So if you're stuck on
exactly.
something like that in an interview, do what Vikash did and don't like let it get you hung up and stuck on something for no reason. Just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
demonstrate your
mean, there are
skills
like
some other way.
thousands, billions of methods, and it's very difficult single person to remember all of them, right? And
Exactly,
that's
exactly.
why Google is there for you.
Yeah, Stack Overflow and Google are our best friends on
Exactly.
the job. So,
Yeah.
I thought this was a really good interview. Thank you so much, Vikash. I'm sure that this is going to be valuable for everyone watching at home. Any final words of advice that you have for the viewers?
Um, I guess no, I think yeah,
That's
it
fine too.
all comes down to practice. It all comes down to practice. The more you practice, the
Yeah.
better you'll get at writing code. So I guess yeah, I always say like code is like an art. The more you practice, the more you develop it. So
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great philosophy to go by. And remember, show your soft skills when you can by talking about, what are the goals of the product. It doesn't have to be the direction of the entire interview, but if you sprinkle that in there, it's a really good indication to the interviewer that you've worked on a team before and you know what the end
mhm.
goal is. It's not to
Yeah,
write code, it's to build a
exactly,
product. Yeah.
exactly.
All right. Thank you very
All
much,
right.
Vikash. It was very nice being here with you, and good luck with all your interviews, everyone.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons below to let us know that this video was valuable for you. And of course, check out hundreds more videos just like this at tryexponent.com. Thanks for watching and good luck on your upcoming interview.